They're good.
You know what we're doing?
I have no idea what we're doing.
Me neither. We're just gonna wing it.
I didn't know we was doing a video on this one. What are we doing?
You talking first or you want me to talk?
I have no. What are we saying?
I'm just going with it.
We can just talk together.
Okay.
Start.
All right, guys, it's TJ and Sarah back with Blue Dog Ventures, and Blue Dog herself is making her appearance on this video, Miss Retta. But today's plant day. We just went to the local hardware store where we always get our vegetable plants. I will give you a little behind the scenes and tell you guys that I ventured to try to try from seeds this year. I don't have the patience. I really don't. So I did make a good go at it. And we actually still have some upstairs in a window that may or may not make it. Some tomato plants.
Well, she did do pretty good because here's some squash that she done.
Yeah, actually that's cucumbers. But the cucumbers did pretty good. And then we planted, hardened off and transplanted some squash and zucchini that's over in our other garden spot across the yard here. I'll show you guys those that did pretty good. We ended up with, what I tell you, maybe 20 plants. 20. But we cheated, we gave up, and went to the hardware store today because we're eager to get some stuff in the ground. And we ended up with some zucchini and squash, and we're gonna try something a little different this year. Our hardware store had the bundles. They come in bundles of 20. The plants are a little bit smaller, but a lot cheaper, a lot more cost efficient.
I think this bundle was like $6.99 for 20 plants, and for 6 plants was like $6.99, and they're not a whole lot bigger than this. I mean, you're talking a couple weeks difference in growth. So,
but we love our tomatoes. We always stew and freeze a lot of tomatoes, and we'll slice the green when they're green and freeze for fried green tomatoes. We do a lot with the tomatoes, so we always go hefty on the tomato plants. But we ended up getting 2 bundles of the Better Boys. We got, what were they called? Roadster tomatoes, I think. This will be our first experience with them. We got some Amelia and some Red Bounty. And then, of course, we've got some jalapeno plants. We always plant jalapenos because we go ahead and make up and freeze jalapeno poppers to last us all year.
Mama there can put away about 20 jalapeno poppers.
Yes, I can. I love some jalapeno poppers. And then we got some just some green bell peppers. But TJ's got us all tilled up, and he does all the hard work.
We're gonna talk about in this spot right here. I know you hear the other feathered friends in the background, Mama's chickens. But this spot year round, when we're not planting it, we have it opened up for the chickens. So the chickens stay in here year round up until we get ready to plant. And then we get through harvesting and harvest season's over with, we'll let them back in here they can clean it up. But so this is real fertile dirt. It does.
There are little mobile natural fertilizers. Like he said, we let them winter over in this part, and so it gets the ground good and fertile. And then when we get ready to plant, we push them back a little bit and pull the fence, and so we got some good dirt. So we finally made it to December and got enough frost that the section of our garden where we always plant the jalapenos and the tomato vines has finally died. So we've opened up this section of fence to let our automatic natural fertilizers take over and do their thing. hope you guys stay with us, and we're going to plant a little bit, and
You're gonna plant a lot, bit.
yeah, we're going to plant a lot. I also wanted to say this when I was talking about me trying the seeds. I've done a lot of research, done my homework on the heritage versus the hybrid, and what, you know, I was looking into saving seeds, and from that I do know, and I now have the knowledge to save seeds. All of these that we got from the hardware store today on the tomatoes, they're hybrid breeds of tomatoes. So I won't be saving those, but
Cucumber.
But the ones that I did start from seed, I did order all heirloom, and I will be saving the seeds from those, and looked up techniques on, you know, covering the bloom with the little bags, the bloom bags. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think that's what they call. But I'm definitely gonna give that a try this season, since I did have some plants make it all the way. I will be saving the seeds off those plants, but didn't come away completely with nothing. I do have knowledge now for the future. If we are in need, I can save our own seeds. And I've educated myself on cross-pollination and all that good stuff. So when it gets later in the season and the pollination starts, we'll be sure to film that, and so you can learn with us.
Should be telling you about it, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Sounds interesting, but.
But I guess we're fixing to get our hands dirty, get in the dirt.
Y'all guys come along.
All right, guys, we got it all planted. He's over there setting up the water sprinkler. Get a little drink of water. We ended up with 100 tomato plants. I think 6 squash, 6 zucchini, 20 green bell pepper, and 20 jalapeno. And then we planted the seedlings that I had started upstairs that look pitiful. I'm not real sure if they're gonna make it or not. When I say pitiful, I mean pitiful. Took us about a total of maybe an hour and a half after he got it tilled. So for those of you that are wanting to plant but it's holding you back because you think it's a little too much work or take too much time, like I said, just an hour and a half worth of work. And that's a lot of tomato plants, a lot of plants in the ground. What are you smiling about? We gotta put your mic on. You trying to get the target just right so you can soak me when you turn it on? I think that's what you're doing. You're telling me I need to get out of the garden.
No.
For those of you that's watching and got any interest in the backyard chickens, check out the playlist we have that's called, the title, The Chicken Lady. Got several informative videos on chickens.
They would fertilize this garden.
Yep, they were our little mobile fertilizers.
We keep them in here, like we said earlier in the video, we keep them in here during the off season of planting. And when it gets time to plant, we lock them back up over there and come out here and use their nature's fertilizer.
Yep.
But we ain't had no nature's watering in a couple days, and I ain't expecting none, so we got to do it ourselves.
I think that's my cue to get out of the garden.
Nah.
Yes, it is. You're trying to wet me.
We appreciate y'all guys watching. Hope you got something out of this. And if you got any tips for us, what we could do different, but we do pretty good with our gardening, especially our tomatoes. We had some 10-foot tall tomatoes last year, but we always interested in tips and other stuff to help out with us, make it easier or a better product at the end. Leave a comment below.
Yeah, comment what you guys are planting in your garden this year.
What kind of tomatoes? What you do with them when you get done? Recipes. We got a bunch of recipes online. Mama there's got a tomato gravy she just done here a couple weeks ago. It's some dang good stuff.
Yep.
And it
I
come
think
from
the video we titled it "How to Make Southern Tomato Gravy."
And it come from our tomatoes we put up last year. So
sure did. And while we was planting, I know you guys have seen these new little egg stands and farm stands that people are putting up like at the end of their driveway and just kind of basing it on the honor system. We got to talking. I think we're going to throw us one together and put it at the end of the drive. We live on an old county road. It is paved, but I think we got enough of our neighbors that come by, and we live in a nice little neighborhood. We all about helping each other out, and thinking we're gonna throw us a little something together to put at the end of the drive and put our eggs, some of our vegetables as they come into harvest, that's extras down there, and it's where you just put a cooler or however you want to set it up and just put your little lock cash box down there, and then maybe a Venmo code for them or Cash App, whatever you may have, and the neighbors, when they pass by and want to grab them a dozen eggs or some tomatoes or peppers or what have you, they can just drop the cash in a box, grab what they need, and or like I say, modern times, they can Venmo or Cash App you. But I think we've about decided we're gonna try to set us this one up down at the end of the drive. We'll be sure and make a video on that if that's what we decide to do. Let you know how that turns out. TJ over there is fixing to fry some fish for supper.
yeah, you got to check that video out. We went spring break. We got a video on it giving you a rundown and a little bit of what we liked and didn't like about the trip. We caught some redfish, and you know how we love our catfish, and we finna do a little taste test on, put both of them in some hot grease and see which one we like better. Hard to beat old freshwater catfish, but
Yeah,
we're gonna see.
It was Jacksonville Beach, Florida that we went to, and you'll have to, like I say, if you want to give that video, if you want to check it out, it's titled "Things to Do in Jacksonville Beach," and like you said, we done a inshore charter and brought home some redfish. So that's what we're gonna do our taste test between the redfish and our catfish that we're always bringing home. So stay tuned for that video and look for it.
And we keep you guys updated on this too. And later, once we get the harvest up, well, how we cook it, prepare it, and just what we do in different types of things that we do to make our tomato harvest better, and it's pointers and tips and stuff like that. But I hope you got something out of this little short video, and hope you enjoyed it. And leave a comment, like, subscribe. It don't cost you a dime. Well, we appreciate you watching, and check out some of our other videos. Check out this fish video we're fixing to do here in a little bit. Thanks, guys.